What's going on everyone and welcome back to the channel. Today we are gonna try both the bull and the boat, trying to see which one is the best to use in PvP. But right before, let me show you that dragon, my first dragon with all-round hit, a global combo 5% and global basic attack 4%. Barrel dodge to increase my crit resistance by 75% and a bit more if I upgrade that in the future. And reflect counter, which one I don't care about, but I just got the all-round hit from nowhere. If I show you the parents, I used that one with both no speeding, barrel dodge, and reflect counter. So apparently the child took barrel dodge and reflect counter with that one. Which one had the super league, heavy armor, and reflect counter? And from that, I got my first all-around hit. So in fact, it's 100% random. You can proc one of these rare affix, and I'm super happy about that because now I can try to breed them together to have all-around hit, super league, and why not trying as well to have the no speeding buff right here. That would be amazing to have that on the dragon, right? So I'm gonna focus on that in the future and I'm gonna show you the results once I'm gonna have them. But this is not the goal of the video, so let's focus on the two mounts I talked about earlier. So in the past, I was using the blue ox, increasing my damage resistance by 10% and lowering my control effects taken by 30% directly at the beginning of the battle. So that's a really good mount, especially if you are an archer and if you want to play before the opponent to try to kill him before he can even play. But today we have that mount. 5% damage resistance at the beginning and 15% less duration on control effects. Below 80% for the first time, damage resistance is gonna be increased by 8% and control effects are gonna be reduced by an extra 25%. It's gonna increase as well when you fall down below 60% for the first time and 40% as well. Okay, so time to try the two mounts in PvP. I'm gonna first use the blue ox and I'm gonna try to find a mage, a prophet with a lot of stun, and so we are gonna see the difference over time during the battle. So that's the build I'm gonna use. I try to avoid using random stuff such as the Eye of Raven artifact. I'm gonna use that one instead. So normally I have nothing random on my set. Oh, wait a minute, I'm just gonna replace the rabbit. I'm gonna use the eggplant instead. So there is no launch probabilities and it's gonna be more consistent. So let's go in crossover rank match and try to find a prophet. There we go, our first prophet. 48% stun, a bit less power than I, so in terms of damage I shouldn't take that much. So let's check it out. My clone is dead. And normally I should get stunned most of the time during the battle, right? He is still alive and I lost the fight. I lost the fight because I took a lot of stun during the run and I wasn't able to kill him in time. And he has 5k less power than I, so maybe the boat is gonna make a difference. So let's equip the boat and retry, but that time I have to find another player, sadly. Interesting, prophet without any stun at all. So I'm not gonna try versus him. 22%, I want to find another one with 40%. 32%, 12%, 12% again, 30%, 38%. Less than before, but he has more power, so maybe it's gonna make a difference. So let's try versus that guy, but that time I have the boat equipped. So is it gonna work? Okay, so no clone anymore. He's taking some damage. Sometimes I'm getting stunned, but normally from now I shouldn't get stunned anymore because normally I should have close to 100% stun resistance, and apparently it didn't work. So let's replay the battle to understand what happened. So I can attack at the beginning. He has a blue shield. The shield is destroyed, he's taking some damage, now I'm getting stunned, I can attack again, now I'm getting disarmed again, and he has the shield back. So I can attack, I'm not getting stunned anymore, but now it's too late, I'm already dead. Oh, and by the way, if you check the screen carefully, you will see that the player in front is using the torch artifact, and sometimes he is summoning a clone immune to damage, and the clone is tanking some damage for him. And that's why he was avoiding taking some damage during the run. So on a normal fight, that mount normally should be really strong because you are gonna have more damage resistance over time and less duration on control effects. But the player in front of me was using the torch, which means that sometimes some damage were going on the clone and the guy in front was getting more damage over time, and so more damage versus more damage resistance, since the result was almost the same during the entire battle, in fact. So unfortunately, I already made my fights. I can't try again versus the same player using the different mounts. It would have been better to do that, but in my opinion, if I was using the Blue Ox versus the second mage with the torch, the result would have been way different. I think that I would have been killed faster using the Blue Ox than the boat. But now, if I check versus another PLUME Monarch with around the same power as me, I have 2000 more, so I am a bit stronger normally. We are gonna see if it does make a difference. So let's do a real battle to face him with his PvP set. For now, I have the Blue Ox. 5 seconds into the battle and I can start attacking. He died and I had 50% of my HP remaining. Let's equip the boat again and retry. Same player, but with the boat equipped that time. I can attack after 6 seconds, and I have more health remaining at the end of the battle. But you are gonna have some damage resistance, which means that you are gonna survive a bit longer, and the difference between when you can attack with the Blue Ox at the beginning of the battle and with the boat is not that huge. You have less than 1 second. So it doesn't make a big difference. So in my opinion, the boat is gonna be better than the Blue Ox because you are gonna have more stats over time during the battle and it's gonna have a bigger influence on the fight. And by the way, if you check the rewards it's giving to you in the parking wars, you are gonna have some scrolls and fruits on the Blue Ox, and the boat is gonna give you way more stuff. So one more time, for that reason, the boat is also better than the Blue Ox. Oh, and by the way, I have a bit more bottles. This is clearly not a lot, I have only 14, but maybe, who knows, I'm gonna have the torch before the guarantee 1000. I'm far away, so there is not a lot of hope, since there is only 0.1% chance to obtain it, so 1 on 1000. But who knows, I can still obtain it today, so let's try my luck. First, 10 draw of the day, nothing, and I have only 4 remaining. Can I have something with that? A magic? A miracle? Give me a miracle, give me the torch. And no, this is not a torch. So I'm gonna stop that. Even if it looks like a great artifact, I don't want to spend 300 more euros to try to obtain it. These are all the stats you can have during the battle when you have the torch. And the clone, as you just saw in this video, can tank some damage for you, so that's a great artifact, but no thank you. Let me know what you think about all of these in a comment below. Have a nice day, guys, and see you on the next video. Ciao!